Imagine if every church in West Alabama was filled to capacity every Sunday morning. As exciting as that sounds, the reality is that there would be only enough seats to hold a small percentage of the population. What about the rest of them? Children, parents, young and old, lonely and hurting. Is there a place for them?
If every seat in every church was full, what would the rest of them do? You know, really, those were the words that captivated me. They are what kind of consumed my prayer for what God wanted to do in my ministry. And so my wife and I began wrestling, God, what are you calling us to do? And when He revealed that He wanted us to plant a church, we began asking, first of all, where are we called to go? And He told us to stay here and continue to work in this community where we were already serving on our church staff. And so we were able to birth what is now known as the North River Church. And it was a ministry where we looked around the community and said there are already so many amazing churches that Tuscaloosa didn't need another church. They needed a different kind of church, one that could partner with ministries that were already in existence. And so we began listening to people and asking the question, what do you need from a church? And so we began talking to those who were unreached and unchurched and were literally forgotten by the community. And they kept telling us over and over again, we want to see a church that's willing to go outside of its walls and touch its community. And so we began trying to reinvent the image of the church to the community. And so we started partnering with other churches, and we started welcoming people from the community into our doors and listening and asking and allowing them to wrestle with God. And it was amazing to see what happened inside the walls and what we were able to take outside the walls. One of the early stories that came to our church was a young lady by the name of Amy, and she's got an incredible story of what God did in her life.
Before I came to North River, I was crystal meth addict, alcoholic, lost custody of my daughter, little or no family contact. I had no self-esteem, just my life was in existence, and that's all I did. You know, I got up, I went to work, I drank and used, I passed out, I got up and did the same thing over, and that's all I did. I had no direction, no purpose. And actually I went to treatment, and through the work of the church I met Pastor Scott, who invited me to church for several months, and finally I came, and at first I just came and I've always been scared of church, but I came here and I was welcomed. You know, just if you want to investigate, investigate. If you want to ask questions, ask questions. And so that's what I did. And then I came down one day and joined the church and gave my life to Christ, and it's just been an uphill ride since. You know, it's been uphill, downhill, and it's been amazing to me to see where I came from and where I am now. I'm in nursing school, happily married to a wonderful man. I do get to see my daughter, and I think one of the things I love the most is that I'm able to use my past. God's able to use my past to help others. You know, to help those girls that are going through what I've been through. And you know, this is just a place where you don't have to know all the answers. You come as you are. You know, no matter where you come from or what your past is or where you're going, it doesn't matter. You just come and you ask and you get answers, and it's a good place to develop a relationship with God that I've never been able to have. I've never been able to talk to God like He's a friend, and you know, I found a way to do that here.
Every time I talk to Amy, I am amazed about her story. As I watch her today and I see the people that she invites to church and she is dialoguing with and talking with about her faith, it's inspiring, it's challenging to me. And it's something that we've been able to build on inside our church, to be able to put more hooks into the community. For us as a church, we have a clearly defined process of what God's trying to do and a clearly defined product. And for us, that product is to take people and conform them to the image of Christ. And Amy just models that so amazingly. Another one of the guys in our church is a guy by the name of Tim. And Tim was unchurched, and his story just reminds us of people who were looking for a place to come into worship and to get back into a relationship with Jesus Christ. And listen to what Tim would tell you about his story here at North River.
One of the ministries I've been involved with here at North River has been the 3rd through 5th grade boys. Done that for 2 years, and it's wonderful. Been a wonderful experience. Been learning a lot from these young men. One of the other things has been the summer camp, which I've attended for the last 3 years with my oldest son, and that has been a true blessing to be able to sit there and worship with him on that level for the last 3 years. It's unbelievable it's hard to describe that you can actually enjoy worshiping and see your children grow at the same time.